Next to interpellate is from the minority. The chair recognizes Representative Bonifacio Bosita.
Madam Chair, thank you. Sa ating lahat, good afternoon. Kulang po sa akin yung 5 minutes. Pero kailangan ko pong pasalamatan ang buting Assistant Secretary, our LTO Chief, Attorney Chupilo Guadis III. Madam Chair, maraming salamat po sa immediate attention na binigay niyo po dito sa issue sa NCAP. At kahit papaano po naibsan yung problema ng mga motorista. Madam Chair, currently, meron pong 100 PMBIC and 643 private emission testing company. Ang tanong ko po sa Madam Chair, ito po bang 743 existing facilities para sa emission testing ng mga nagpaparehistro ng sasakyan, sapat po ba ito?
Yusek Pastor? Or Asek Wadis?
Yeah.
Yusek Pastor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Madam Chair. As of this point, opo, we believe that it is sufficient to address the needs of the government of the public in general in terms of registration.
Madam Chair, with all due respect, hindi po ako agree. Marami po ang tumatawag sa amin at nagre-reklamo. Pwede po bang madinig yung response ng LTO Chief? Sa palagay po ba ninyo, sapat ito?
Asek Wadis.
With the permission of the chair, the matter of PMVIC and PETC was just turned over to my office 2 weeks ago. But based on the current data that we have, I think it is still adequately able to address the issue. The issue is not whether it's sufficient or not. The issue here is on the geographical distribution. May mga areas na may PMVIC, may mga areas po na walang PMVIC and then kulang po yung PETC. But may mga areas na sobra-sobra po ang PETC. So my perception of this issue, Your Honor, is that we have adequate PETC and PMVIC. It's just a matter of geographically and equitably distributing this to the areas that don't have the adequate PETC or PMVIC. Case in point, may mga probinsya po na walang PMVIC. On these provinces, we have PETCs and we allow them to operate.
Madam Chair, kung ganun po ang response ng ating buting LTO Chief, ano po ang plano nyo? Ilan pa po ang target natin na facilities?
With the permission of the chair, for the phase 1, we have 138 PMVIC. Of this, 100 are operational and 12 right now are under construction. For phase 2, Your Honor, we have 209 proposed PMVIC, which we intend to construct by this year. And of course, we have set a PMVIC for heavy-duty vehicles. Ito po yung mga truck, 4,500 kilograms, 111 spread nationwide. In addition to that, we have existing PETCs, 643 in number, distributed equitably, albeit there may be areas na wala pa pong PETC and PMBIC na malapit, and there are 802 lanes. Mr. Chairman, Madam Chairperson, my position right now is perhaps we revisit the equitable distribution of the PETC because there might be areas that don't have PMBICs or PETCs. And thank you for that concern, Mr. Congressman.
Madam Chair, my last question about this issue is, totoo po ba na yung mga PETC, kapag nag-expire yung kanilang accreditation or license, hindi na po ninyo nire-renew?
I am not aware of that. But what we do, Mr. Congressman, is that we give them a 1-year accreditation, Your Honor, and then that is renewed yearly. Now, the basis for the renewal is more on the need. Kung marami pong sasakyan sa isang lugar, kulang si PMBIC, then we turn to the PETC for help, meaning we allow them to operate. In areas, however, where we deem there is sufficient number of PMVIC, that is when we probably review if there is still a need to renew these PETCs. In the event that we do not renew them, perhaps probably because the PMVIC would suffice, we ask them if they are willing to relocate these PETCs to areas where there are insufficient PETCs. Yun po ang policy namin ngayon, sir.
Madam Chair, if I may follow-up question, is it true na 24 units lang po ang kayang ma-accommodate ng PETC per day?
Sir, based on record, sir, ang PETC 80 po per lane ang kayang i-accommodate per day.
With that, ibig sabihin po may problema, nahaharas po yung mga PETC natin. Nililimitahan po ng ibang mga concerned personalities into 24 units per day. But sinasabi po nila na kapag PMBIC, unlimited.
May I answer?
Yes, Asegwadis, please.
We will look into that, but the reason for the 80 po is based on a time and motion study nung 80 sasakyan, pagpasok starting from 7:30 or 8 o'clock hanggang 5 o'clock. If these were really to be inspected on a detailed basis based on the specs of the law, ang kaya lang po talaga is 80. Per lane po yan. May mga PETCs na 2 ang 3 lane. So multiply that 80 times 2 or times 3, yun po ang capacity ni PETC. Si PMVIC naman po, hindi naman po talaga yan unlimited. May time and motion study rin yan. And nakamonitor po sila. And we are able to monitor that from the OTR. Although we haven't made yet any study on the maximum capacity of a PMVIC, which I intend to probably pursue as soon as I take over the reins of the PMVIC.
Madam Chair, hindi po ba mas maganda at pabor sa ating mga pinaglilingkuran kung pinapayagan ang mga ito at hindi nililimitahan, particular ang PETC, para magkaroon po ng healthy competition sa business nila? Kasi po, base po sa mga informations na re-receive po namin, talagang may harassment po sa parte ng PETC, Madam Chair.
May I answer, Madam Chair? Madam Chair, sir, ang mga sinasara lang po naming PETC ay yung may mga records of non-appearances. And these are documented. Makikita nyo yung mga litratong pinapadala po sa amin. Makikita mong may Photoshop na ginagawa. Other than that, I am not aware personally of any instance na nagsara po kami ng PETC for any other reason. Iisa lang po ang palaging dahilan, non-appearance. And it's not only one. Normally, a PETC may commit 4 or 5 or even 10 infractions bago po namin isara yan. And there is due process. We first have a show cause, we evaluate, and then we make the decision.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My next question is about the performance of your personnel, LTO. By the way, for the information of everybody, doon sa hindi pa nakakaalam, si Asek Guadis po ay bagong upo pa lamang bilang LTO Chief. Nililinaw ko po yan. Ito po ay itatanong ko sa ating LTO Chief, hindi para questionin yung performance niya. But gusto ko lamang po na informan siya na base po sa mga complaints na nare-receive namin, at ito ay maraming beses na nating napatunayan, there are district officers, inspectors, and enforcers of the LTO. Kahit na simpleng batas, hindi alam at hindi kayang ipatupad ng tama. At Dahil po dito, marami po ang motorista, Madam Chair, ang nagsasuffer dahil sa maling gawa na nitong mga personnel ng LTO. Ang katunayan po, mayroon pong isang district officer na naobliga na magbayad ng 40,000 pesos doon sa biktima. 12,000 dahil sa maling collection, 28,000 para sa danyos. Now, my question is this, Madam Chair. Sa bagong LTO chief, naniniwala po ba kayo na may mga personnel kayo na hindi alam ang tamang pagpapatupad ng batas, particular ito pong Land Transportation and Traffic Code of the Philippines? Naniniwala po ba kayo, Madam Chair?
Asik Wadis.
May I answer, Madam Chair? Sa paniniwala po, sa tingin ko po siguro sa dami po ng aming personal, hindi naman sa hindi ko alam kundi may kakulangan sa alam sa batas, sa mga pagtutupad po sa batas. In which case po, we answer these shortcomings by a constant seminar. Case in point, yung mga law enforcers namin, once a year, meron po kaming live-in seminar niyan, 2 days po. 1, to acquaint them with the law. 2, to observe their demeanor on the road. Ang ginagawa ko po ay put them on the road, nilagmamasdan ko silang mag-apprehend. My perception is that a once a year training may not be enough. What I intend to do now as LTO chief is to have a continuing education, not only on the law enforcers, but perhaps on all aspects of the law of the LTO. That includes the district chiefs who may need additional managerial skills because yes, I agree with you, in some ways they may lack that skill which we are now obligated to enhance by constant training. I agree po with you, Cong, and we will look into this.
Thank you, Madam Chair. If I may, meron lang po akong last issue.
Yes po.
Madam Chair, pwede po bang ma-request sa ating LTO chief to submit apprehensions report on some modified mufflers and by the way, for Region 11, Davao, para sa top box apprehensions, ang dami po nilang nahuli na based on our assessment and evaluation, hindi po tama ang ginagawa nilang panghuhuli. Second is for the Region 1, para po sa modified mufflers, ilang beses na po kaming nag-contest dyan at naipanalo namin yung dating denied, yung contest ng motorista, at ito po ay patuloy pa rin nangyayari. Dito po sa Region 1 for mufflers and top box for Region 11, Davao.
May I again answer?
Yes, please.
Yes, Congressman, we will give you the data. If I may just remind you, there was a time when we met and then you questioned the issue of the modified muffler, to which I believe in the merit of your argument, and I yielded to your argument that perhaps the appreciation of my staff may not be right, so we granted your request. This time, I will again yield to you, sir. We will give you the data and we will study together how to improve the services of the LTO in the implementation of these laws.
Kindly wind up, sir.
Yes po, Madam Chair, ito po ay sign cap na lamang. Last time po, nung niresolve ng ating buting ASEC, Wades, yung sa issue po sa INCAP, naobserbahan ko po na nagkaroon siya ng commitment na yung araw na yun po ay malilift nila yung alarm. Pero inabot po ng almost 1 week. Ang tanong ko po, Madam Chair, sino po ba ang nagtatag o nagpapaalarma ng mga motorista na may huli sa NCAP na ipinatutupad ng ilang LGUs? Kayo po ba? Ang LTO po ba? O ang LGU concern?
May I answer, Madam Chairperson?
Rep Bosita, that was your last question po.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes, ASEC.
For the NCAP, I remember, Cong, we always communicate on practical on a daily basis on the status of this. First, Your Honor, is that yung tagging po dito is done by the local government unit. It is not within the power of the LTO to remove these tags. The moment tinag po yan ng isang local government unit, the only entity that can remove that tag is the local government unit. So, ang ginagawa ko po nung sa inyo is we report to you on a daily basis because hindi ho namin sabay-sabay na mapakiusapan lahat ng mga LGUs na tanggalin yung tag. But fortunately, within 7 working days, we were able to remove all the tags from Bataan up north down to the local government units of Metro Manila.
Madam Chair,
Salamat po. Yes.
please, last response. Ibig sabihin pala po dito, itong mga LGUs concerned, may direct access sa database nitong LTO.
May I
Asik
answer?
Walis.
Yes, I would have to be categorical about it. These things I already inherited from the previous administration. May MOA po yan between the LGU and the LTO, which gives them the power to have an access, and sila po ang nagtatag ng mga huli doon po sa nahuhuli po ng mga local government units.
Asik Walis, kindly take note of the very important observations of Rep. Bosita. Tapos na po oras natin. Salamat po Rep. Bosita ng One Rider Party List. At bilang paggalang na rin po sa representation ninyo, binigyan po namin kayo ng sobrang time pero tapos na po talaga. Pasensya na po.
Thank you,
So now
Madam
the chair
Thank you po.
recognizes
Thank you.